go through a few basic yoga poses today, just some nice stretches. It's very nice to do this in the morning or the evening. You can relax off the neck and the shoulders, your hips. If you're completely new to yoga, this will be fine for you. Just always make sure that you've checked, if you do have any underlying health problems, you've checked with a doctor that it's safe for you to do any forms of exercise. So we're going to start just in a seated position. Now, try and have a blanket or a block or a towel, a folded up towel or anything near you. And what we're going to do is, to start with, we're just going to sit on this. And what it does is it just lifts the hips up slightly and it relieves the pressure in the pelvic area and also just in the opening area at the front. So you're just going to take your folded up towel or blanket, you're going to put it on the mat behind you, and then you're going to sit your bottom on it. And then just find your seat, just cross your legs in front. Now just wiggle yourself so you're comfortable, and you kind of pull your bottom, pull your bum cheeks out the way so you can feel that you're sat on your sit bones. Now the other thing that we really need to remember in any kind of seated pose, or any yoga pose really, is that you always have your pelvis tilted underneath so that you're not arching the back. You're not sat with a spine like this. You've got your pelvis just tilted underneath, so you just tilt your hips forward a little bit and you can feel that flattening in the lower part of the back, and that helps protect the muscles in that area and protect the spine. So you're a little bit tilted under, you're on your sit bones, you're nice and comfortable, and now you're just going to relax your hands. You can have your palms upwards, downwards, at this point, wherever is comfortable for you. So you've got a nice long spine. Don't sit over like this. Unfortunately, we all spend a lot of our days sat in that position, particularly if you're in front of a computer. So, remaining in your position. Now I just want you to close your eyes here, and we're going to focus on our breath. So as we inhale, we're going to inhale through the nose and we're going to exhale through the nose as well. And as we inhale, I just want you to feel your body filling up. So as you inhale, your stomach expands and you can feel it almost sticking out. So you're coming out, your stomach is expanding, and then you feel that air as you're inhaling coming up through the body, coming up through the chest, all the way up to the lungs. And then you're going to exhale again out through the nose, and you're emptying almost from the chest down. So you're emptying, it's coming down. The air is coming out of your nose, coming out of your body. And as it comes down, your stomach deflates and you can feel it pulling back towards the spine. Now we're going to do that a few times. So as we inhale, feeling that expansion coming up into the chest, your body's staying still though, the breath is doing all of the work here. You're not sticking your chest out, you're not lengthening yourself, you're already in a lovely stable position. And then again on your exhale, you feel the oxygen coming out of the body, the air coming out. It's like you're emptying from the chest down, and then the stomach goes in, feel it into the spine. Now again, big inhale. Now making sure you're relaxing your neck, you're relaxing your shoulders, you're not lifting them up to your ears. Your hands are relaxed, your knees. If you do get any pain in your knees doing this, then you can put cushions or something underneath just to support them a little bit as well. Okay, you're just breathing at your own pace now, but as you're breathing on your inhale, just count to yourself very slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then as you exhale, again, just count to yourself. And the idea is to make the inhale and the exhale the same length. Again, you're just still working at your own speed here. Just check in with your hips, make sure your pelvis is still tucked under, your back still nice and flat. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to open our eyes and do one more big breath in. Big inhale, expand the belly all the way up to the chest, filling ourselves up with air, and then exhale. Making sure every last bit comes out. Lovely. Okay, now keep your gaze forwards. Now we're going to work with the breath now, and we're just going to start to work around our neck area just to get some movement there. We all have tight necks and shoulders, again, too much time on our phones and our computers. So we're going to inhale facing forwards, and then as we exhale, we're just going to turn our head and look over our right shoulder, just until you feel that little bit of tension in the back of the neck. And then we're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're just going to turn our head and look over our left shoulder. And again, you inhale here, and then just turn. Now your body is staying completely in the middle. Exhale over your right shoulder. You're not twisting your torso. Inhale here. It's just your neck, and exhale over your left shoulder. And then just inhale it back to the centre. Okay, now this time we're going to do circles. So we're going to drop our chin on our chest, and we're going to roll our head. So as we inhale here, exhale and look over your right shoulder. Take a breath in here, feel that tummy expanding. And then as we exhale, I want you to drop your chin on your chest and imagine you're drawing a semicircle with your nose. And you're exhaling, your head is going down, and then you're going to come up and you're going to look over your left shoulder. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, you roll your chin on your chest, taking the gaze downwards. You'll feel it in the top of the back, bottom of the neck, come up over your right shoulder, and inhale here, and then exhale, and again, just chin on the chest, rolling through, keeping that back nice and flat. Inhale here, and then just bring your gaze on the exhale back to the centre. Lovely. Now just make some little circles with your shoulders, just rolling through, easing off. Lovely. Now we're going to take our arms out in front, and we're just going to make some circles with our wrists, big circles. Again, you'll feel this in your forearms and your wrists. It's amazing how much we neglect this area. And then we're just going to go back round the other way. Keeping the arms at shoulder height, but making sure you're not hunching your shoulders up to your ears. Nice straight arms. Lovely. Now I want you to take your fingers just up to the ceiling. And then drop them down. Again, just bend the wrist right down, really push. Take your fingers up to the ceiling. Again, keeping those arms nice and in line with the shoulders. And then exhale and drop the hands down. And do that one more time each way. Deep breath in. And then exhale down. Lovely. Okay. Just let your hands rest. Now we're just going to put our left hand on the floor next to us. You can put the palm of your hand or your fingertips, whatever is comfortable for you. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your right arm up. Now as you come up, you inhale and you feel yourself reach out of the rib cage, lifting up higher. And then we're going to bend our left arm and we're going to take our lovely straight arm just over to the side. And you're reaching with this hand, really pushing. Now you must make sure that you keep this elbow back in line with your shoulder and you're not coming forwards. It doesn't matter how far you go over, it's more just about getting a nice stretch down the side of the body. You can bend your arm on the floor just to pull yourself over a little bit more, and you're really reaching with this. If you want, you can look up towards the ceiling or you can keep your gaze forwards. And just gentle breathing here. Lovely. Now inhale, really push, and then exhale and bring that hand over and just bring it onto the floor next to you. Lovely. Now we're going to do the same on the other side. So again, fingertips or palm of the hand just flat on the floor next to your thigh. You're going to reach up and out of the waist on an inhale with your left arm, and as you exhale you're going to take it over to the side, again making sure that elbow is staying back, we're not coming forwards. Bend your right arm if you want, and you can take your gaze up past your elbow to the ceiling, or you can keep looking forwards, just feeling that stretch out of the waist And again, your hips are tucked underneath, you've got that lovely flat back. Okay, we're going to do a big inhale, just push on that stretch, and then exhale and bring that back down. Lovely. Now this time we're going to take our right hand and we're going to put it just on the side of our thigh, just behind our knee. And we're going to inhale and reach up out of the waist, again taking care not to arch that back. Our left hand is going to go just behind us on the floor, and we're going to reach up out of the waist and then exhale, and this time we're twisting from the torso. You're twisting from the waist. So your shoulders are coming down, your head is coming round, but you're twisting from the waist here. Now take a deep breath in here, expanding the belly, really breathing into the back, and then exhale. Just see if you can increase that twist a little bit. Your hand on your knee is just there for support. You're not yanking yourself round. And again, deep breath in here. And as we exhale, we're going to bring ourselves back to the centre and take a breath here. So again, like we did at the beginning, inhale, inflate that belly. Feel the breath coming all the way up to the lungs. And then exhale it down. Lovely. Now we're going to do the same on the other side. So your right hand goes just behind your bottom, fingertips on the floor. Your left hand is going to go on your knee. Now you're really reaching up here out of the waist, but not arching that back. Bottom still tucked underneath. We're going to take an inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to twist round to the right, looking over our shoulder, using that left hand for support. Fingertips on the floor behind us, really feeling it from the twist in the waist. Now take another big inhale here. On the exhale, just see if you can pull it round that little bit further. Remember, it's your torso that's twisting round. Feel it in the back. Lovely. Now, big inhale. And as we exhale, bring that back round to the front. Okay, we're just going to come off our cushion now, and we just leave it at the side though, because what we're going to do is we're going to come over onto all fours. Now if you have any problems with your knees, what you can do is you can keep this rolled up and you can just pop it under your knees in the middle of the mat. So whatever is comfortable for you, if you need to do that. If not, you can just kneel on your mat, your carpet, your rug, whatever position you're in at home. So we're going to have our knees hip distance apart, and our knees are going to be just under our hips. We're then going to put our hands flat on the floor, and our wrists are under our shoulders, just slightly in front. Now from this position, I want you to spread your fingers wide. Now you really push down into all four corners of the palm. Make sure your weight isn't just all on your wrist. Push your fingertips right down into the mat as well. Pushing into the palm of your hand, your fingertips. Don't have all your weight backwards. Remember to keep those knees underneath the hips. Now the other thing to remember now, to get a neutral spine, what we do is you just tuck your bottom underneath a little bit. So again, your pelvis is always tilted forward. Make sure you're not in this position. A neutral spine has you pushing into your hands, lengthening your spine, pushing your shoulders away from your ears, into your fingertips, top of the feet on the mat, and you're pushing into the top of your feet as well, so your weight is more evenly distributed. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to go into a cat-cow position. Some of you might be familiar with this. So keeping this lovely firm base with our weight evenly distributed, we're going to take a deep breath in, and as we breathe in, we start to drop our spine, sticking your bottom up in the air, lengthening the spine, looking up, taking our chin forwards and our gaze upwards. And then as we exhale, again, pushing into the hands, pushing into the feet, we're going to round our back. So you tuck your bottom underneath, you're squeezing your glutes, you're lifting your tummy all the way up to the spine, you're bringing your chin down onto your chest, and you're tucking your head right underneath and opening up the shoulder blades. Now we're going to inhale, and as we inhale, we're going to do this lovely, slow, controlled movement like a wave. Dropping the stomach, lifting the bottom, lifting the chin, lifting the head, looking up. And then exhale, tucking the bottom underneath, rounding the back, opening up the shoulder blades, pressing into the top of the feet and the fingertips, lifting that all the way up, really pressing into those hands, opening out the back. And inhale, dropping the stomach, lengthening the spine down, lifting the hips up, lifting the chin up, opening the chest, lifting the heart, looking up. And then exhale, we're going to tuck that underneath, opening out those shoulders, chin on the chest, dropping the head. Lovely. Now inhale, we're just going to bring it back to a neutral spine. Lovely. If at any point during any of these exercises your wrists hurt too much or your knees hurt, you can just sit back or you can just come out of the position and go back to the pose we were in at the beginning, just with your legs crossed. Okay, so from here I want you to take your knees wide, but keep your feet together. And then what we're going to do is we're going to push our bottom back to sit on our heels. And we're just going to rest our arms forward. Now, you can put your forehead down on your mat, or you can put your head to one side, and you're just going to relax your arms, relax your shoulders, and we're going to take a couple of deep breaths in here. So we're going to breathe in, still expanding the stomach, feeling it pressing down into the hips and the tops of the thighs, and then exhaling it all out and lifting that stomach up to the spine. And again, deep breath in, stretch up, feeling it opening up the back, and exhaling it out. Okay, lovely. Now just bring your breath forwards this time. Inhale. Now we're going to take our hands about a handspan width further forward. Bring your knees back in line with your hips. So take your hands a little bit further forwards. Again, fingertips wide, pressing down into those fingertips and pressing down into the heel of the hand, the sides of the hand, the thumb, the middle fingers facing forwards. Now we're going to tuck our toes under at the back. We're going to come up to our first downward dog, but it's going to be a very gentle one. We're going to have our knees bent. If you want to watch first before coming into the position, that might be useful if you haven't done this before. So you tuck your toes at the back and then you just lift your knees up off your mat. So your weight is in your hands and your feet. Now with your knees bent, you're going to take your hips up, pushing into those hands, taking the hips up high with a lovely flat back. So you've still got those hips tilted underneath. And then very slowly here, we're going to imagine you're squeezing your elbows together. You turn the top of your arms inwards slightly, and it just takes the pressure off your shoulders. Now still with those knees bent, I want you to just pedal through the feet a little bit. We're not trying to get our heels down on the floor, we're just waking up the backs of our legs. You can keep your knees very bent here, your head is just dropping down between your arms, and you're making sure that your shoulders aren't hunching up towards your ears. Still pedaling through the legs. That's lovely. Now I want you to just come up on both your tiptoes with your knees bent. Push those hips up high. Let the head fall down between the arms. And then slowly just lower the heels to where is comfortable for you. Again, keeping the knees bent. Now we're going to inhale, and as we inhale, we're going to bring our weight forwards, and we're just going to walk our feet forwards towards our hands. You can come up on your tiptoes, your knees are bent, and then just keep your knees bent and your hands just either on the floor, or they can be rested on your thighs or on your calves, wherever is comfortable for you. So your knees are bent and you're just folded over at the moment, looking towards your toes. Now if you can reach the mat, just put your fingertips on the floor. Again, keeping your knees bent. Now from here, I want you to just let the top part of your body, your torso and your head, just dangle over. You'll feel a stretch going across your lower spine. And with just breathing gently and evenly to ourselves here. Now spread your toes. Keep that weight in the toes, the side of the feet and the heel. Make sure you're not just got all of your weight in your heel. Now from
from here, I want you to take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in, just lift your chest a little bit further forward. So you breathe in, and then you're going to just fold over your legs again, keeping those knees bent, and exhale as we come down, letting gravity do its thing, getting a nice stretch. Okay, now we're going to come up to a standing position, and it's going to be quite a strong, controlled, nice movement. We're going to bend our knees so that you feel your stomach coming down onto your thighs. You're going to inhale and take your arms wide, and then you're going to come up with a flat back. Nice spread of the weight there. Exhaling as you come up and bringing your hands together above your head. Palms together. Now inhale and just stretch up and look up towards your fingertips. And then exhale and bring the palms back down in front of you. Lovely. We're going to do that again. We're going to take a deep breath in and we're going to stretch up. So you breathe in, circle your arms wide, take them above the head, bring the palms together, and then exhale and bring them down in front. And that's it for my first video. Namaste.